The Diamond Casino Heist is one of the best moneymakers in GTA Online with 3 really exciting flavors to choose from. We have Brain Dead, Easy, and Hard. Aggressive is the Brain Dead approach and perfect for randoms in public lobbies because it requires absolutely zero coordination. Big Con is obviously the easiest, especially with the group sex entry, because you can just walk in and walk out with your disguise. But Silent and Sneaky is definitely the hardest of the 3 because unless you have a good understanding of enemy patrol routes and CCTV placement, you will get caught before you steal your first dollar from the vault, and yet I actually prefer it over the other 2 simply because of how much fun it can be when executed the right way. So in today's new video, I'll give you guys the most foolproof way to do the Silent and Sneaky approach for the Diamond Casino Heist with the best stealth routes, as well as tips on how to reliably crack the fingerprint hack on your first try. I'll also be showing you an easy way to evade the cops during your escape so you can secure the Elite Challenge bonus. And in case you haven't done the prep work yet, if you watched my Big Con guide with the group sex approach, it's pretty much identical just with a couple of extra missions. For the Silent and Sneaky guide, you're gonna need all the usual stuff like unmarked weapons, getaway cars, vault key cards, etc., but you also need a laser drill and a nano drone since we can't just walk into the vault this time. Both of those missions are super easy, so they won't be a challenge. As for the optional prep work, you only have to do 2 level 2 security pass and patrol routes. Patrol routes will help you detect guards from further away, and the level 2 security pass will let you open pretty much every door in the casino. And if you think you can get by with a level 1 pass or no pass at all, stop right now and go do that optional mission or buy it instead, because the number pad hack that you have to do in order to unlock security doors is the most difficult hack in all of GTA Online, and there's no way you're making it in time for that Elite Challenge without that pass, even if you stealth the whole entire mission. And you'll probably get caught as well because a guard is going to walk in on you while you're busy in Google Chrome watching YouTube videos on how to do that dang hack. And then your teammate is going to be very mad as well. So just please get that level 2 security pass. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier. All right, with all that prep work out of the way, it's now time to make millions of dollars with the finale. For Silent and Sneaky, I recommend the staff lobby door as both your approach and exit. You could also take the waste disposal entry, but the differences are cosmetic only, and in both cases, you'll end up in front of this metal detector with a camera to your left and a desk clerk to your right. Now, it's extremely important that you coordinate your entry properly because you can't just walk through the detector. First, you'll have to disable the machine by taking out its fuse box with your stun gun. While you're doing this, the other person has to shoot the guy working the desk, and you have to do this all while the security camera is pointing the other way. Then shoot the right camera at the base of the stem where it attaches to the ceiling, and it'll fall down. Right in front of you, there's the security office with a bunch of monitors and 2 guards inside. Usually they're standing in different spots, but sometimes they'll be talking to each other, and you'll have to do a synchronized takedown where you and a teammate each mark a target, and then one gives the go. You shoot at the same time to take out both of the guys and drop them. If you stagger your shots, there is a chance that one of them will sound the alarm, although you'll find that the Diamond Casino's tolerance for stealth breaking is a lot higher than Cayo Perico. In Cayo, if you so much as sneeze next to a guard, they'll immediately be alerted to your position, and then with the power of telepathy, the whole base knows exactly where you are within 5 microseconds. But thankfully, over here with the Silent and Sneaky approach at the Diamond Casino, things are a little bit more chill, and sometimes guards will even fire a couple shots at you, and you still won't break the stealth. Don't get too comfortable though, as being spotted by a camera still means an insta fail on the stealth check. That's why we need the stun gun to take out strategically placed CCTV cameras, and you can stun cameras multiple times, but try not to destroy more than 2 cameras by shooting at them, or else the staff will realize that something's wrong. After you've killed the guards in the control center, you'll find another guard patrolling the corridor right next to the room, so hide behind some walls as he approaches, and when you see an opening, walk up to him and smack him in the head with your gun. Don't try shooting at him here. He is wearing a heavy helmet, and your puny SMG rounds will bounce off harmlessly. Instead, get up close and perform a melee kill. If you've done the optional Duggan Shipments mission, you'll get guards who don't wear any bulletproof helmets, and these ones are vulnerable to headshots, but personally, if I'm trying to be efficient with my time, I skip that mission as it's kind of unnecessary. All the desk workers can be killed with a headshot, and the guards wearing heavy armor will be well within melee range if you're quick enough and route the level properly. So after you've killed the guards near the control room, there's actually a switch that opens a wall safe. One guy has to keep it pressed while the other player gathers the cash from inside the safe. And yes, while you can do this one with Big Con as well during your return trip, Silent and Sneaky is the only approach where you can grab the contents of the wall safe twice. Once during your entry into the vault and a second time as you exit the vault. That's an extra $100,000 right there, and there's no time limit on this one, so make sure to empty the contents of the safe fully before you head down into the basement level. And for the basement level itself, you can take the stairs or the elevator. I always take the stairs as it gives me more control over my positioning, and this is where you really need that level 2 security pass that we talked about earlier. Without it, you'll have to do this really annoying number pad hack, which is probably the hardest one in the entire game. Once you're in the stairwell, knock out this guard and then stun this camera. Now, you should be in the basement level, and here you can run straight through the doors while sticking to the left side and you won't get caught. But I also like to take out these two guards right here, the ones next to this desk, as they will sometimes circle around as you're exiting the vault, and it just makes things easier if they're dead from the start. There's going to be one more guy patrolling this area, and you can actually see guards more clearly by bringing up your minimap and making it full screen. But yeah, drop him as well, then wait for this camera to turn around, and then what you want to do is run straight through the first set of doors. Here you'll find this lobby area right before the vault man trap, and you'll have to kill these two guards manning the desk area. Sometimes you'll also find a guy walking in from your left as soon as you enter the lobby area, and this one's wearing heavy armor, so you'll have to pistol whip him. There is just one more camera to take care of here, and it's this one right here. Zap it, run straight ahead, and swipe your vault keycard simultaneously to unlock the man trap. If you did the optional EMP mission, you could speed this part up by killing the lights and cameras right before you enter the lobby, and what that does is make one of the hardest parts of the mission a lot easier, but the choice is yours. By the way, it's also possible, risky, but possible, to walk straight underneath the camera on the left side of the lobby area, and you can do this if you've already destroyed a couple cameras and don't want to alert the control room, but only try this if you've killed the two guards near the desk. Otherwise, they're gonna spot you while you're sneaking past the camera. Then, once you're inside of the vault, this is where the real fun begins, because you have exactly 3 minutes and 24 seconds with Paige Harris, or 3 minutes and 30 seconds with Avi Schwartzman, depending on who you pick during the planning phase, and grabbing loot from the casino is very time consuming. Nothing like Cayo Perico where you just poke your hand through the hole in the glass and grab the primary. No, here you need like 30 to 40 seconds a piece for each bit of loot. Cash is the absolute worst loot you can get because it pays the least and takes the longest amount of time to steal. Gold is obviously the most expensive quote-unquote normal loot you can get because diamonds are event specific, but gold is also heavy and it's going to slow you down a bit as you try to run out of the vault. Ideally, if you're running a duo, you want either gold or paintings. Paintings are in the middle payment wise, but they take the least amount of time to steal and you can easily do these as a duo. Anyways, before you even enter the vault, make sure to communicate with your team on voice chat and tell them which side of the vault they're going to handle. In a duo situation, the way I like to do it is I handle the hacking while my teammate does the looting, or vice versa, depending on who's the faster hacker. One guy just goes around opening doors and the other rushes in to grab the loot after that guy. For the fingerprint hack, you can use a simple trick. In your mind, divide the image on the right into 4 quadrants. Start with the leftmost quadrant, the leftmost section of the image, and try to find a matching tile from the 8 options that you have. If you can't find anything matching the left part, try the bottom and top sections of the fingerprint. Then start working your way towards the opposite side from where you started. Like for example, left, center, top, right. You need exactly 4 matches to unlock the door, and if you don't want to play mind games with the hack, you can also take the easy way out with this cheat sheet right here. If you can't comfortably do this hack in about 15 to 20 seconds, you should probably practice a bit in your arcade basement using the practice tools. Once the timer starts approaching 15 seconds, no matter what you're stealing, stop right there because it will take you approximately 10 to 12 seconds just to get yourself out of the vault. If you're carrying something heavy like gold, don't take any chances here and just play it safe, because if the timer runs out, you'll alert the whole entire casino and your character will start inhaling the nerve gas, which does a ton of damage to you over time. If you made it out of the vault undetected, congratulations, because the hardest part of the Diamond Casino heist is now over. Now all you have to do is walk back out the same way you came in, through the stairs, and the nice thing about the Diamond Casino is that any guards who you kill on your way down, well, they stay dead, so on the return trip, all you have to worry about are the cameras. Some folks also like to save their EMP burst for the exfil, so that's also an option that you have. If you use the EMP right before climbing back up through the stairs, you can simply run through and ignore all the cameras. Then you can get back inside of the control room and reopen that wall safe I showed earlier for another easy $50,000. Now, all that's left to do here is getting out of the casino and into your getaway vehicle. As you exit, make sure to shoot that fuse box once again with your stun gun for the metal detector. Then you'll see this little cutscene with a bunch of SWAT vans arriving on scene. Don't worry too much about these guys. They're practically blind, and if you use the staff lobby exit, you just need to kill this guy in order to escape the casino undetected. At this point, all you need to do is just get into your cars and drive away, while also keeping an eye on the minimap to evade the police. But there's a much better way that will save you a ton of time and pretty much guarantee a successful elite challenge. For this, just follow the path that I'm showing you right now on screen and drive to this building here. Then what you're going to want to do is get on top and you'll find a Frogger helicopter. You're going to use this to fly away. Even if you've selected the high level buyer, you'll still be able to get this whole thing wrapped up in well under 15 minutes for that elite challenge, and the police also won't be able to find you since you're up in the air, and that wanted level will also vanish by the time you get to the buyer as well. And there you have it, guys. That is my Diamond Casino Heist silent and sneaky guide for GTA 5 Online. But before I leave you, one piece of final advice here. I strongly recommend you find a looking for gamers group for this one. You can check out my Discord down in the description below for some friends to play with, because I'd rather drag my balls over a mile of broken glass than spend another minute with some random who can't circumnavigate a perfectly linear hallway and start shooting at the first guard he sees. It's gonna make it a whole lot easier for you guys, trust me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you found it informative. Consider subscribing to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushtv for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. It is the GTA 6 waiting room over there. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next GTA 5 online video. Adios, amigos.